for today's video, we're going to be making one of my favorite salads, and it's the Ryan's pea salad. And if you're about my age, if you can guess, there was a restaurant in Hawaii called Ryan's. It was in Wardmore House, and it was really popular. Like growing up during high school and college, we go there before going out to like a club. We went there after. We went there just to eat and meet up with friends. It was so good. It was just like a really comfortable, like they had a bar with seating, like a really comfortable place, and the food was good. And you know, there's a lot of parking. I don't know. We just really liked it. At least my friends and I did. Unfortunately, they closed. Like, gosh, it must be like over 10 years ago. Like before we had kids. So yeah, maybe 15, 20 years ago. So if you have never heard of Ryan's, don't worry, it's been gone a long time. But their pea salad was amazing. And when you hear pea salad, you're like, ew. But it was so good. It has bacon in it. It has like a slightly creamy dressing. It has ranch powder in it. It's just really good. And it has like water chestnuts for that little bit of crunch. So I would just go to this restaurant, order some cocktails, and me and my friends would eat like pea salad. Like we would always get a pea salad and maybe some other things to share, but we always got this. So anyways, I'm so happy to share this with you if you have never experienced that. And it's a decently healthy salad recipe, but at least something different than a lettuce salad. And I'm making this because I have a potluck to go to, a baseball potluck, and we're bringing pizza and pea salad, you know, kind of just to balance it out a little bit. I also got sent these really nice salad bowls that I can make use of. I saved the box so I wouldn't forget the name, but it's Luxear is the brand, and they are BPA free, dishwasher, microwave, and freezer safe. And these are the sizes. The sizes are really great, and the tongs that it comes with are really great too. So like the tongs come like this. So you can either, you know, use it like this, or you can connect it. There's a little clamp here, so you can connect it, and then it's like a squeezing kind of tongs. This really depends what kind of salad you have. And you can put them together so that you don't lose them. And what I like about it is that it's watertight or airtight, and they all nest like this. I'm probably gonna use these two bowls. I'll put some water in here and show you how waterproof they are. Cause that's the thing, like bringing salads and stuff to potlucks is kind of a pain if you don't have like the right kind of bowls and you don't want it to be leaking. And this one is just really easy to carry with the handle. And as you can see, it's leak proof. There is like a silicone little seal in there so that it doesn't come out. But yeah, love that because, you know, we're always taking stuff to go in the car. Anyway, such great sizes. I'm going to be using I'm probably going to mix in this size and then transport in this size. So I'm going to keep this on the side. The large one is really good for like a lettuce salad, so it can stay fluffy. Actually, let's go over the ingredients really quick. So first you're gonna need 2 bags of peas thawed. These are almost thawed. I'm just gonna run them under some water to thaw them out the rest of the way. You're gonna need half a cup of mayo. You need half a cup of sour cream. You can use low fat if you want, up to you. You need 1 packet of ranch dressing mix. And we go through this, I don't know, my kids love the ranch dressing with sour cream, so we kind of always have it. I buy this, I think, from Sam's Club or Costco. I buy this size from Costco because this size is the same price as the regular size in the market. I also buy the mayo at Costco. I'm sure they have peas at Costco. 1 can of water chestnuts, and we're gonna dice these, so it doesn't matter if they're whole, sliced, or whatever. 1 package of bacon. This is, of course, from Costco, and these are the pre-cooked ones, and we love this because it's so fast, and I like crispy bacon, and you can get these crispy like in a minute in the microwave without a whole lot of mess. And half a cup of green onions, or 1/4 cup of red onion chopped. So yeah, I didn't have green onion, so we're gonna do red onion, and salt and white pepper. You don't have to have white pepper. It does improve the flavor. It like enhances it, I think, but black pepper is fine too. Okay, so if you're using raw bacon, I would suggest cooking it in the oven, and that makes it really crispy because we're going to chop it up. And you don't want soggy, greasy bacon in a pea salad. You want that crispy, not burnt, but crispy bacon. You can even buy bacon bits if you want. That's a good shortcut. To get the crispy bacon from raw bacon, just preheat the oven for 40 minutes, and then you would use a sheet pan. You would either put a rack or lay some parchment paper and line up the bacon, not overlapping it all, and then just bake it for, I want to say about 10 minutes, but you do have to check. It all depends on the thickness of your bacon, how your oven is, and yeah, just check because you don't want to burn it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you guys down and we'll prep all the ingredients. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is the bacon. So I just have a large plate and I put some paper towels. And we're gonna do about 1 packet. So I don't know, the packets nowadays are really small, right? Of bacon when you buy it at the market. Like we can go through 1 packet per breakfast with like 2 kids and yeah, 4 people. So I just try to line it up in a single layer. If it overlaps a little bit, that's fine. But yeah, this bacon gets really crispy because it's already pre-cooked and you're just kind of like doing the final crisping, I guess you would say. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this with another paper towel and I'm gonna microwave this for 1 minute, check it, and then if it's not crispy enough, 1 more minute. Okay, so here's what the bacon looks like. I put it in for about almost 4 minutes, but I did stop and start. It's like in 30-second increments. And once it kind of like starts bubbling up like that, you can press down the napkin and soak up all that oil and it'll help it get crispy. I'm just gonna let this cool for a little bit and prep the rest of the ingredients. So the first thing we can do is get your peas ready. So they are, I just took them out of the freezer maybe like half an hour ago, so they're just a little bit frozen still. Just get a colander and put it in. You can run it under some cool water and that'll thaw them out. Like this is enough for a potluck, but if you want to just do it for, I don't know, for dinner one night, you can half the recipe. Okay, so I'm just gonna run this under the sink for, I don't know, 30 seconds and it should be all thawed out. It's pretty much thawed. You can tell, you can squeeze one and you know, if it squishes, I'm just gonna let it drain out into the larger bowl until we're ready to mix. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is the red onion. I always like to save the bag, you know, from the grocery store and use it as a trash bag. So you don't have to keep going back and forth to the trash can. And we only need 1/4 of this onion. I'm gonna chop it up pretty small because onions, you know, they have kind of a strong flavor, even red onions. So if somebody doesn't like onions, then I don't know. When you make it for a potluck, you kind of just want to cater to everybody's taste. Okay, I think for this recipe, I'm going to use half of this side of the onion. This side's a smaller one. Taking about half of this, putting it into the bowl, and putting this in another bowl on the side. We can always add more later, but it'll be really hard to take out, so my eyes hurt, so we need to cover that up. That's the worst part about working in a kitchen, or when I used to work at restaurants, cutting onions. I didn't even have to wear contacts, but I would wear contacts because it helps with the eye sensitivity. Oh my gosh, when you have to cut like a whole case of onions, that was like torture for me. My eyes are so sensitive to onions. So now we have the water chestnuts that we're gonna chop up. You know, for the longest time, I didn't know there was this little beak thing right here to help open the can. It usually comes off quite easily. So now I would drain it and then open it all the way. And water chestnuts are not that hard to find, but it would be in your Asian food area. So we can just kind of rough chop this. Go this way, and then I like to go this way. And keep chopping until you get kind of a uniform chop. Water chestnuts don't really have a flavor, but they add a lot of texture and crunch. So where the peas can be like a little soft, this will add that little crunch without adding, you know, a vegetable-y flavor, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna put half of this. This seems like a lot. I know it says 1 can of water chestnuts in the recipe, but I like to add more and not have to remove. So just put this much, reserve it into a bowl. Okay, and I think the peas are all drained. So when it's mixed in. And now we can add our dressing. So we have half a cup of sour cream and half a cup of mayo. I'm just gonna mix these together. It's easier to mix the dressing and then add it in than after. So actually I should just made it in there, but. And I don't know how much is in an individual pack of the Hidden Valley Ranch dressing. It says 1 ounce. I'm just gonna use about 2 tablespoons. If yours is clumpy, try to break it up before adding it to the wet ingredients. Just will help you out. Yeah, mix it in. You can even taste it. Yep, it's good. And then I'll mix it into the peas. And I always like to use a separate bowl for mixing and a separate bowl for serving, because this bowl that you're going to mix in, it's gonna look all messed up on the sides. And when you present your salad, you want it to be like nice and clean. So mix from the bottom up. You don't want to aggressively stir. You kind of just want to fold it. Okay, and now we can do our bacon. Get our bacon and chop it up. If there's any large chunks of fat, I would leave that out. I'm just kind of doing thin strips. You can try to dice it if you want. It's just a little bit more work. Try to soak up some of that oil too. I really don't like bacon fat. I know it's so good, like tasting, but so bad. It's just kind of gonna squeeze it out. Oh, this napkin's super oily. And then fit into the salad. Okay, so let's add some salt and some white pepper and gently mix. I think I could have gone with a little bit less of the dressing. Okay, and then let's taste it. Have some clean spoons so you can sample it. That's pretty good. Actually, I think we're good on the onions. I can taste the onions. I think we can add the rest of the water chestnuts. It should be okay. And just a bit more salt. we're good on pepper. Yeah, I wish I used the same principle I use with the water chestnuts and the onion with the dressing, because it's kind of a lot of dressing for me. I like to see more green, but I don't know, maybe some people like it. I think you could use just a touch of white pepper. Don't go crazy with white pepper. It adds like some heat sometimes, and you know, once you add it in, you can't take it out. Okay, I'm gonna make a little bowl and have my husband taste it. He's like the taste tester in my house. Okay, so he said it was all good. Now I'm gonna transfer it to my serving bowl, so it looks all neat and tidy. Another thing to do if you don't have another bowl is you get a napkin, a clean napkin, and you wipe the sides, and that just makes your dish look a little bit more presentable too. Yeah, always having a fresh bowl is nice. Yeah, my husband and my youngest son tasted it and they loved it. So it doesn't look super appealing, but the flavor is so good. Now I'm just gonna cover it. You can chill this until you're ready to eat. Yeah, so we're all ready to go to the potluck, and it's in this nice little container with the handles, so I don't have to like hold it like this and make sure it doesn't fall. It's like all nicely right there. I'm gonna go ahead and wash these so I can bring these with me. I mean, I hope you guys try this recipe. I mean, you really can't go wrong with bacon, ranch dressing, mayo, sour cream, right? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.